So today we're going to practice a little preparation for to be able to sit for meditation or for pranayama. And this practice will help open the hips a little bit, strengthen the lower back, deepen your and regulate your breathing, and hopefully improve your focus. So we'll do a little bit of asana, then we'll move into a very short shavasana, and then into a short meditation. So it'll be a fairly short practice, but hopefully it'll be doable in your day. You can fit this into a busy day. So let's start in seated. So just for a few breaths, you can find yourself sitting on a blanket. Sit up on the blanket and get nice and comfortable, cross-legged perhaps, or you might sit on blocks, or you could even start in a chair if you like. Let's all vow to be kind to ourselves and practice ahimsa, so being non-harmful to ourselves throughout this practice. And just allow yourself to feel a nice even breath, a fairly smooth and even breath. So, nice tall seat. Inhale, length. Exhale, allow yourself to soften into the hips. Inhale, length. Exhale, release the shoulders. Continue to breathe. And allow yourself to just notice the breath and notice how you're feeling today. Notice how the hips are, perhaps how the feet are, shoulders, just scanning your body briefly. And even just notice how you feel mentally and emotionally. Take a nice deep inhale, and we'll sigh the breath out. Good, and from here we're going to roll onto our hands and knees, and we'll do a little bit of cat-cow. So slide your blanket out of the way. Come onto the hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, or possibly a little further forward, and the knees under the hips. On an inhale, we'll take it open through the chest, and we'll take the sit bones up towards the ceiling into cow pose. And as we exhale, exhaling into a posterior pelvic tilt, tuck the chin, belly draws in. Inhale into cow pose, chest lifts, tail lifts, and as we exhale, posterior pelvic tilt, allow the chin to relax. One more inhale here into cow. And then we're going to bring ourselves into a downward facing dog. If downward facing dog isn't happening for you in your shoulders or your wrists, please feel free to do cat pose again. Otherwise, toes dig in, lift the knees as you exhale, navel drawing in. You can walk your dog here a little bit, stretching out the backs of the legs if you like. Nice even breath. And then maybe you find a place where you can be still and take a few moments of stillness. Perhaps allow the hands to draw towards each other gently, engaging the upper back. And let your gaze move towards the ankles or the knees. Good, and from here, shift forward into a plank, just a brief plank. Drop the knees, and we'll bring ourselves all the way down to prone. Allow yourself to come all the way down. Just shuffle down so you can see me. And we'll take the hands down by our sides. And on an inhale, baby cobra. On the exhale, release. On the inhale, shoulders, chest, head. And on the exhale, slow release. Inhale. Lifting, exhale, release. And on your next inhale, we'll and breathe up. Release all the way down. Turn the head to the side and pause. Nice. And from there, take your hands under your shoulders again. Press onto your hands and knees and rise up all the way into downward facing dog again. From downward facing dog, we're going to walk the hands all the way to the feet. So just begin to walk back. Take the hands onto your hips. Slowly bring yourself all the way up to standing. And then we'll take a big step with the right foot forward. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Line up the front heel with the back heel or the back arch. The back foot slightly turned towards the front so that this left thigh can interiorly rotate. Inhale the arms, shoulder height. Shift the hips a little and tip the pelvic bowl. Bottom hand can come to the shin or your ankle. And as you exhale, little gentle rotation above the navel up through the chest. Your gaze can come up towards the ceiling, towards the thumb. If you have shoulder issues, please feel free to leave the hand on the hip. Inhale. Continuing to breathe. Expand. On your next inhale, press into the feet, regrounding to rise to stand again. And release the arms. Then we'll turn it all the way around to the left side. Making sure you're turning that back foot again to point a little bit towards the front foot, lining up the feet. Inhale the arms. Shift the hips just a little bit and tilt your pelvic bowl. Left hand to the shin or the ankle or the floor. Right arm above you, or again, you might have it on your hip if you have any shoulder pain. Lengthen. Allow yourself to feel expansion. This is strengthening and expanding this pose. Navel drawing in. As you exhale, gentle rotation of the spine. Upper. Press into the feet. Bring it all the way up. And release. Good. And then we'll take the feet to the front of the mat. Find mountain pose. Good. Relax. And we'll move into a forward fold. Inhale, length. And as you exhale, hinge forward. You can slide the hands down the backs or the fronts of the legs for support. Back of the neck stays very nice and long. Axial extension through the spine, through the neck. Inhale, come up halfway. One more time, extension. And as you exhale and the navel draws in, fold forward into your easy fold, wherever that is for you. And then breathe a few breaths there. Continue to lengthen the back of the neck. Lengthen through the top of the head. The hands may come behind the legs or they might be on the floor. Finding your place where you're not over efforting, not overdoing, being kind. We're moving towards meditation, so we're wanting to calm and still the mind. Press into the feet, slight bend in the knees. You might take the hands onto the hips or you might want them on the fronts of the legs for support. Bringing yourself all the way back up to standing to Tadasana. Back to mountain pose. Then from mountain we'll move into tree pose. So just shift onto the left foot. Bend the right knee. Externally rotate the right hip. And you might leave the foot here or we had a block handy, you could take the foot onto a block as well. So you might have the foot on the block. You might have the heel just below the knee, or you might have the foot on the inner left thigh. Vrksasana, tree pose. Soften. You could have your hand on a chair or a wall. You could have the hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart or on the heart, or you could take it, the arms up, branches of a tree. Trees do sway, so no worries if you're swaying. Allow yourself to breathe deeply. And on the inhale, press into the bottom foot. Allow yourself to rebound up as if you're growing your tree, your trunk, your branches are growing. And then we'll take the hands all the way down. We'll release the leg or the foot, so block. And we'll find mountain pose, stability. Breathe. And then we'll do the other side. So if you were using a block, you would take the block to the other side, or a book. Shift the weight into the right foot, bend the left knee, externally rotate the left thigh, and then we'll take the toes. Possibly they'll stay just on the floor, possibly just off the floor, on the block, or somewhere on the leg. Just not taking the heel into the kneecap area so that we don't injure the knee. And again, take your choice of arm positions. Look like I'm holding that light right there. There you go. Press into the foot as you inhale, get nice and long. Rebound up. And on the exhale, let's take it down. Hands through the center. We'll release and release the leg. Come back to mountain pose. Feel the feet, all four corners. Soften and release. Find the breath again. And we'll just do a little strengthening for the back for sitting. So as we inhale, arms will rise. And on the exhale, coming into chair, bending the knees. On the inhale, feel the collarbones rise. And on the exhale, the tail lengthen. We'll take a couple more breaths. You could take the arms front if this is easier on your shoulders today. Or if you're feeling open, maybe you can take them into this wider version. Last breath, inhale, push to stand and release. And pause again, coming back to the breath. And then we need to make our way down to the floor. So inhale the arms and exhale, feel yourself grounding as the arms flow down and you fold forward into your standing forward fold. We're going to bend the knees here and we're going to come onto the hands and knees and then we're going to shift the feet to the side. So we're actually going to come right down onto our backs now, moving into bridge pose. So go ahead and release yourself down, supporting yourself. Feet hip width apart, comfortably close to your bottom. Feel the inner feet as well as the outer feet. And we'll do some dynamic bridges to start with. On an inhale, press into the feet. Arms will rise, up and over. And as you exhale, release all the way down. So 3 more of those, moving the body with the breath, making the movement last as long as the breath, and the breath as long as the movement. Perhaps your breath lasting for a count of 4 or 5. Smooth and even. If your breath is choppy, go ahead and shorten the length of the breath a little bit. Shorten the movement. Last inhale, we'll stay up. Hips will stay up in bridge, but we'll release the arms down by our sides. Now you could take the arms into a bend so the upper outer arms are on the floor, planting and supporting yourself. You might roll the hands under, the shoulders, the hands under, and clasp the hands. Soft face, soft gaze. And when you're ready, on an exhale, we'll release everything down. Slow release. And pause at the bottom and notice how you feel. Allow the breath to come smooth in and smoothly out. We'll take the right ankle onto the left knee. You may decide to stay here. This might feel just perfect for you right now. You might decide to take the left knee in towards your chest and possibly hold the left foot and the right knee gently. Slight dorsiflexion of the right foot to protect the knee. And if you find your chin is rising, you might want to put your blanket under your head to just get a little bit of a lift. So we want the chin level. Some of you might be able to reach behind if that feels good today and grasp the back of the thigh. We'll take a couple more breaths. Again, not overdoing here. So it's okay to get a lovely stretch, but we're looking for calm mind. Soft face. And then release the foot. Release the ankle. You have both feet on the floor. Be mindful. Pay attention. And then we'll take the left knee into the chest and the left ankle onto the right knee. And notice if there's any differences from side to side. We usually do. And just be gentle and respectful of that difference. And again, tucking the right knee in if that's where you'd like to be, or you could leave the foot on the floor. You might hold the foot and the knee gently to assist the leg. Or you might reach through and grasp behind the thigh. And again, just this gentle dorsiflexion on the top foot, the left foot, to help protect the knee, to keep the knee in a good position. Breathe. And perhaps you can notice on the breath if there's any movement in the pelvis. Maybe notice if there's any space created on the inhale or the exhale. And then releasing the thigh, if you're holding the thigh or the foot and the knee. Release the foot to the floor and release the ankle. And mindfully place both feet on the floor and notice how you feel. Perhaps using your blanket or a block or your book. And we're going to allow the knees to drop onto the support of the block or the book. First, pressing into the feet, lift the hips off the floor, shift the hips to the right about an inch, and then allow the knees to roll over to the left. dropping onto the block. The arms can come out to the side. And if your neck is healthy and it feels good to do so, you could turn your head and look away from the knees towards the right hand. Allow yourself to relax and soften, just a gentle twist. Deep full breaths in and full breaths out. And then bring the knees back to center. Turn the head to center. Readjust the hips. If you're using a block under the knees, which is a little helpful for the sacroiliac, for the lower back, it can help to keep it a little happier. We'll shift the hips now to the left about an inch and allow the knees to roll over to the right. You can take the arms out shoulder height, out to the side. And if you're comfortable in your neck, you might lift the head and turn and look to the left hand away from the knees. If this is too deep a twist for you, of course, you could do a nice gentle windshield wiper. The twists do release muscles. They do sort of massage these lower abdominal organs, so the intestinal, help the peristalsis. So, but sometimes they might be a little strenuous on your lower back, so you could do some gentle, just barely there windshield wipers. Knees back and forth, just gently. Continue to breathe, using the breath to allow yourself to release and relax into the twist. And on your next inhale, take the knees back to center. Readjust the hips. Draw the right knee in and the left knee in. And on the inhale, press the feet towards the ceiling. It's okay if the knees stay bent, just pressing them that direction. And then exhale, bending the knees. Couple more times. Press to straighten. And exhale, releasing. One more. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. Lower one foot. Being mindful. Feel the foot touch the floor. Lower the other foot. Feel the foot touch the floor. Pause and notice. And then we'll prepare for Shavasana. So you could slide your legs out, or perhaps you prefer the knees bent. You might like a blanket or a pillow under your knees. Give yourself a little bit of support for the lower back. You might like your arms just a little bit away from the body. And if you're finding your chin trying to reach up towards the ceiling or being too tucked into the chest, you might want to use a blanket or blankets to adjust yourself so that you can get the head fairly level. Get comfortable, and I'll guide you through a Shavasana. And after the Shavasana, the short Shavasana, we'll do a short meditation. Take 3 full breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Gently notice the breath flowing in and flowing out. Bring the awareness into the whole back body. Notice all the points that your body is touching, the floor, any of the supports under you. the heels, the hips, the shoulder blades, and even the back of the scalp. And then allow and invite the frontal body to relax into the back body. Everything softening, everything releasing. Invite release, invite letting go. Invite release of the neck and the shoulders, and release of the face, the jaw, the mouth, and the eyes. Allow everything to just relax. Invite release. And then bring your awareness into the breath and allow the breath to relax. Allow all control of the breath to fade away. Notice the breath rise and fall in the abdomen. The gentle rise and fall around the navel. And I'll leave you in quiet for another minute before I bring you to seated. Bring your attention back into the breath, your attention back into the extremities, fingers and the toes. A little bit of movement now in the fingers and toes. You could choose to stay here for meditation. If a seated meditation position is not comfortable for you, you could stay here. We have been doing this practice to strengthen and open the body for sitting. So you might try to come to seated, rolling onto your side, pause for a couple of breaths. Assimilate. And then if you're coming to seated, come to sit. You may choose to sit in a chair for this, or to sit cross-legged or with one heel in front of the other heel. This will just be a short sit. It won't be a long one. Take a few moments to get comfortable. Allow yourself, invite yourself to sit on blankets. Perhaps if you have a meditation pillow, get that all adjusted. Maybe blankets or supports under the knees. And once you get comfortable, once you finish shifting and adjusting, allow yourself to become still. Allow yourself to just soften and relax. Notice the seat. Notice everything that's touching the floor. And allow what's touching the floor to relax and be supported by the earth. With every exhalation, allow yourself to relax a little more in the shoulders and the face and the legs. On the inhale, perhaps feeling this sense of lengthening through the spine to the top of the head. And on the exhale, a release, a relaxation. Over and over again, relaxing. And then bring your awareness to the breath. We'll do a gentle breath awareness practice. Count to 4 on your inhale. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that for 2 more rounds, please. As you're doing this breath, it doesn't need to be really deep. It can be just soft and steady. Soft and steady. On your next round, we'll take a pause at the top of the inhale for 4. And then exhale for 4. So 2 more rounds. Inhale for 4. Pause the breath for 4 after the inhale. And exhale for 4. If the pause is too much, let go of that and continue to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. 1 more round. And after your next exhale, allow the breath to come back into its natural pace and rhythm. Allow the breath to become natural. Noticing the breath flow in and flow out. And then allow yourself for the next minute or so to notice the breath wherever you notice it the most. Could be around the navel or in the chest or in the throat, even in the nose. And just watch it there. Notice the subtleties of it there. You might continue to stay here if it feels like you would like to do so. Or if you're ready, when you're ready, just tilt your chin down and slowly open your eyes. And thank you for joining me. May you have a lovely day. Namaste.